In this Ark Survival Ascended Rex Taming Guide, I'm going to show you how to build a Rex trap using a very small amount of materials that you can quickly and easily build, and I'll give you step-by-step instructions on how to build it. I'm also going to teach you how to build a more advanced Rex trap using more materials, but it's much more likely to work even after any first week patches that come out for Ark Survival Ascended. And I'll show you how to build a funnel to make it the easiest way to tame a Rex in Ark Survival Ascended, and give you the best chance of successfully taming your Rex. Now before you try one of these traps, check the description and I will update it if one of these traps stops working after any patches they do after the first week of Ark Survival Ascended. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and let's get started. So this is a ridiculously simple trap, so simple I think they might patch this, but at least at the time of making this video, this works. All we need for this trap is 2 square stone foundations, 1 triangle stone foundation, 4 stone walls, 1 stone roof ramp stairs, and 3 thatch walls. These are just to guide the Rex into the trap. You can use stone if you want for those, but what we're going to do first is find a nice flat area far away from other predators that are going to attack us. We want to aim this so that the Rex is going to be behind us and we've got some space in front of us to be able to actually stand and knock out the Rex. So we'll start by placing down 1 stone foundation. Try to get as level area as you can, but it's not the end of the world if it's not totally level. And then place 1 more back behind that. And then we're going to place down 1 triangle stone foundation sticking out to the right, just like that. Bear with me. I'm going to pick up that first stone foundation and then place another one down to the right. So you've got this configuration. This is going to be the opening, that's just in the back. Now we're going to pull out our stone walls and hit the R key until they switch to stone double doors. We're placing 1 in the back, snapped onto the back of that triangle foundation, 1 on the right, 1 on the left, and 1 on the right front side facing this way. And that should all snap nicely. Now we're going to put the ramp right here attached to the back, and we're going to hit R until it turns into stairs. If it's sticking too far off the ground, you can use a second one. You can use thatch if you've got one, but that should be good enough to get a Rex up the ramp. And now we're just going to add 1 more story to all of these sides using thatch walls, and that's just going to help to guide the Rex into the trap, and then he'll demolish those, but it'll actually have him already trapped inside the trap. And this is really simple, but it's technically enough to trap a Rex at the time of recording this video. I'll update the description if they nerf this, but check this out. So I'm riding a raptor right now because it's fast, but you gotta make sure you stay out of range of that roar. If you're too close when the Rex roars, it's gonna knock you off your raptor's dead. Now we need to get this guy going very, very straight into the trap. He's gotta be perfectly lined up, whoa, and you've gotta be just in front of him. If you get too far ahead, he's going to lose interest, and if you get too far behind, he's going to eat you. But if you do it just right, you can get him to go up the stairs into the trap, and believe it or not, he's trapped. By the way, make sure you whistle your raptor on passive, otherwise he's going to go fight the Rex and die. But at this point, the Rex is trapped. He's going to break those thatch walls. You can use stone if you want this to be reusable. But let me show you how to modify this to make it much easier to get the Rex in the trap, because if you don't do this just perfectly, you won't trap him. Now we're going to add just 3 wood fence foundations and 4 thatch walls and make this infinitely easier to trap the Rex. We're building a funnel to push the Rex right where we want it. So we're going to pull out a wood fence foundation, and as you can see, it'll snap to the corners of these front stone foundations. We want to get it at a nice angle, so that's where it's flat, and then this is 1 angle closer to the ramp. We're going to snap it right there, and then we're going to snap another wood fence foundation to the end of that so it's sticking out perfectly straight. There we go. And we're going to pick up the first one because we just needed that to guide the second one into place. Now we're going to drop 2 thatch walls on both sides of that, and it's going to make a nice little funnel to push the Rex up the ramp. We're going to do the same thing on this side, just 1 snap closer to the ramp, and then pick up that wooden fence foundation, and there we go. Now this is the bare minimum supplies to make this trap, but I highly recommend using stone for all of the components, and that way you can reuse the trap. Now with that tiny thatch modification to our Rex trap, it is so much easier to lead the Rex into the trap because the walls just push it right in. We still want to stay relatively close to the Rex, don't get too far away or it'll totally lose interest, but check it out, it just pushed right in, you didn't have to be nearly as precise, and now that Rex is totally stuck. Once again, at the time of recording this video, this absolutely works, and I've tested this a bunch. I could not get the Rex to come out, and even after he destroys those thatch walls, he should stay nicely stuck inside that trap as long as you've got it on pretty level ground. Now, please check the description of this video to make sure that it still works before you build this. I'll update the description if they patch this, but at least at the time of making this video, this should work just fine for a super simple Rex trap. And once your Rex is tamed, just pick up one of the walls in the back and the Rex will be able to walk right back out. And if you build the whole thing out of stone instead of using some thatch components, it takes a little bit more supplies, but you can reuse it over and over again to trap as many Rexes as you want. So now I'll show you how to build another Rex trap that takes a little bit more supplies, but should work even if they do patch this first one. So just in case they patch that first trap so it no longer works, let me show you another bigger trap that takes more materials, but it's actually easier to build too. So we're going to find a pretty flat area and then put down 4 square stone foundations in a nice square, 2 by 2. And then at the back of that, as we're facing where the Rexes are behind us, we're going to put these stone door frames, and so we're going to pull out our walls and then hit R until we cycle them over to stone double doorways. And you can leave these open, you can actually place the doors themselves into it if you want to protect the Rex better and then just open one side that you can run through. That does work. So we're going to put 2 of them on the back and then 2 on either side, just like this, and make them 2 stories high, so we have this nice box right there. Now we're going to place them down on the very front, it can be left or right side, and we'll put these 2 stories high on the very front, facing inwards. And then we're going to pull out our stairs slash ramps slash slope ceilings, and cycle those until they're stone stairs and put 2 of them down to make a nice ramp that's 2 stories high. And while we're standing on top of the ramp, we can add another set of walls on either side to make all of these 3 stories high. And that's going to just totally guarantee that the Rex can't fall out of it while it's climbing up the ramp. Now, if you can lead a Rex perfectly straight up this ramp, that's technically enough to get it into the trap, but let's hedge our bets. We're going to add another couple of stone foundations directly underneath these ramps. They should snap to the bottom, and if not, you can snap it 1 foundation in front of the trap section of this, and then snap it 1 more forward. So we want a 1 foundation gap, and then 2 more foundations on the ground. And then we're going to add walls on either side, going up 3 stories high. Once again, switching these to the double door frames. It just makes it easier to see everything, it's easier to hit the Rex, and it's easier to navigate in case you have a small dino that can fit through these that you're using to lure the Rex around. So we're going to put these on both sides, 3 stories high, and this is going to make it so the Rex cannot slip off the ramp while it's getting pushed into the trap. And now we're going to make this infinitely easier to trap a Rex using this technique, and we're going to grab some stone fence foundations and line up to where they're snapping directly towards us, straight in line with that foundation. And then we're going to step to the left, aiming straight at the corner of that stone foundation until it snaps forward just a little, and then 1 more step forward. So this is at a sharper angle, going almost directly forward. And now we're going to snap a second stone foundation to that and pick up the first one. And from there, we're going to be able, if I can line this up right, there we go, we're going to add a wall, just like before, 2 stories high, and that's going to push the Rex right into this trap, right up the ramp. It's real important while we're doing this that we don't use the first angle. We're going to go straight, 1 angle forward, and then 1 more forward from that. And if we use the first angle, it may not actually push the Rex correctly into the trap, so make sure you use the second one. We'll pick up the foundation we're using as a guideline, and now we've got a very nice funnel on our Rex trap, and it's going to be so much easier to trap a Rex with this. So now we just need a really angry Rex to chase us in this direction, and I'm going to go off to the side a little bit, and we don't have to be nearly as precise. Like, we would have missed the trap completely, but he's still got aggro on us, and now he's sort of wandering his way a little bit towards the top, and he's eventually going to get stuck in the trap. There we go. And even though we would have failed that attempt to tame this Rex and probably gotten eaten in the process, the funnel really helped and it pushed him directly into the trap. So I think it's well worth the added material cost to build this Rex trap, especially if you're going to reuse it over and over again in a nice spot like this. So please let me know in the comments, since Ark Survival Ascended is brand new, they might be changing things and patching things, and it would be really helpful if you can tell me if this Rex trap technique is still working for you. And please let me know which of the Rex traps you're using to tame all of your Rexes in Ark Survival Ascended. And I'll be making lots of other Ark Survival Ascended dino trap guides, so please make sure you subscribe to this channel and ring that bell for all notifications, or else you're going to miss some trapping techniques that'll probably help you an awful lot in your Ark Survival Ascended adventures. Thanks for watching this video from the Ark Survival Guide. Please give it a thumbs up, share it around, and leave a comment. That helps us so much, and we love hearing from you. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and ring that bell for all notifications so you don't miss our next video full of tricks that will help you win at Ark. While you wait, here's more videos you can watch right now, and we will see you in the next video.